This episode of Truth Table is brought to you by our NAACP Image Award nominated book, Truth Table: Black Women's Musings on Life, Love, and Liberation. Get it where all books are sold.
Sisters, how y'all feel? Brothers, y'all all right? If this is your first time at Truth Table, welcome to the table. And if you've been sitting at the table with us all these years, we are so grateful that you have been listening to us through these years, and we are inviting you to partner with us and support our work at patreon.com/truthstable. Now pull up a chair and have a seat at the table with us. Hey y'all, welcome to Truth Table, Midwives and Culture for Grace and Truth. I'm Ekemini.
And I'm Christina.
This table is built by Black women and for Black women. So welcome to the table, C. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. You know, we got this pink eyeshadow on.
We do.
Come on, Nikki.
Double pink.
Listen, you know,
yes. Shout out to Nikki Campbell, Blue Artistry.
Summery and glamorous. Summer glamour is here.
It is giving summer glamour.
How are you today?
I'm good. Glad to be back at the table with you. And look at us with our spinning chairs.
Listen, focus. Listen, my chairs had taken
studio update.
A beating. So I mean, studio/house.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm glad for these new ones, but they do give you a little rotation. So we're gonna have to stay steady.
We have to, yeah.
They got a spin ability.
I got a little bit more liberty, so.
Oh, good for you. I do not.
You don't.
I need to shut it down right here. Exactly. Sometimes things, they stay steady, and sometimes things don't stay steady, and sometimes we have opinions about things, don't we? Mm-hmm. Which brings us to our topic for today.
Yes.
Which is, Ekemini?
This might get me canceled, but.
This might get me canceled, but.
That's so funny. This could be stuff in the church, out the church, whatever.
Yeah.
We're just have a controversial chair, just like,
in the world that we live.
Yeah. That is counterculture, or, that goes against maybe a bit of the norm, wherever we happen to be, whether that's in church or outside the church.
Well, I mean, like this whole idea of canceling and cancel culture is a thing. And so I was saying, like,
what is it?
We probably should chat about that just a touch before we even get into our list of things that might get us canceled. But I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does help you to speak your mind if you're not completely burdened down.
If you're not beholden to other people's thoughts.
I listened to a song called God Don't Cancel Me.
By who?
I think it's Rudy Corrence. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we'll put it in the show notes.
You got to give the people their credit.
He's singing his face off. Okay, he's singing his face off. But it did make me think more and more about just what it means to cancel people and our tolerance for each other. Mm. There's some things where I feel like you should. So let me be clear. I don't think that people should be canceled in their humanity. No. I think people should be excused from their service or their ideas that are not just simply different than mine, but are destructive.
Or they're seasoning in your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard for people sometimes to hold patience for people. And that's a self-compassion issue. Mm-hmm. Like a lack of self-compassion means that you just cannot be compassionate towards others. Mm-hmm. So some of our cancel culture over the last decade, I think, has just been about an inability to be able to sit with difference. Yeah. Explain your own case, why you believe what you believe. That's a skill. Mm-hmm. You got to know what you believe to do that. And but our polarization is really feeding on the fact that we just cut people very quickly, And I'm not talking about people that are abusive and dangerous. I mean, obviously, you need healthy boundaries. But I do think it's interesting now because you can get canceled for anything. Like it just depends on who picks it up and what becomes viral and what's the thing that week that is bothering whoever it's bothering. So I don't know. When did you first start hearing or cancel culture got on your radar?
Yeah, I would say about 10 years ago as well. I think that timeline is right. I think holding disagreement, I think is important. I think that I think that's part and parcel of what we're called to as Christians. We live in tension.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
We don't have all the answers. So
yeah, we live in tension. You know what I mean? That should be par for the course, for the Christian. We're living already not yet. Jesus is 100% man, 100% God. Like, there's this wow.
It's a complex and paradoxical faith.
Yeah. One God,
Right.
three persons, the Trinity.
Yes.
I mean,
Not
there's a lot of like,
contradictory,
that's not contradictory.
paradoxical.
Yeah. It's like,
Yes.
oh, okay. Yeah. So these paradoxes, these tensions, like, oh, okay. But then I think about the differences, between friends,
yes,
family, coworkers, all the things.
Yeah.
And those
fellow Americans.
And difference is fine as long as it's not
Right.
rooted in the dehumanization of somebody.
Yeah.
And their personhood and
That's
whatnot.
right.
I think that's where it's like, wait
That's
a minute. Now we gotta talk about possibly parting ways.
Right.
Because you don't think I'm a human.
Yes.
Like you're a human.
Reporting you to the proper authorities. Yes.
Yeah, reporting you or you support death dealing politicians and policies.
Sure. Yeah.
That have real material consequences.
Yeah. And you support them for those reasons.
Yeah.
You know, because there are people who I think can find themselves having a political allegiance to something they don't fully understand, because propaganda is real.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But I think there are enough people, to the tune of millions, who are not mistaken. Like their support is attached to people precisely because
of dehumanizing, death dealing policies. Exactly.
That's a problem.
So I think for me, that's a line that I draw and had to draw. Was some people, I was like, oh. And I always say the door, at least for me, like I just even recently, I had to tell a friend, the door is open when you renounce.
Yeah.
The wicked cult you subscribe to, when you repent, you know what I mean? For that. But right now I cannot be in fellowship with you until we agree that it's calling somebody,
it's unsettling.
And dehumanizing our neighbors and wanting to deport them is wrong and anti-gospel.
Yeah.
You got to agree on. We got to come to an agreement on that. Like I just, as a Christian, if you're not a Christian, I have a completely different frame.
There are reasons why people part ways that are still in the faith.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean like your person's not a Christian, but I mean, there's precedent.
Yes.
There is absolute precedent for, and obviously the goal is for there to be unity and walking together and restoration.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it is something that happens, we spent some time recently with some folks, speaking of kind of canceling, where we had asked some folks some questions about denominations. And this comes to mind because there was some strong reactions to the idea of like the fact that there are Christian denominations. People have there are people who have really strong reactions to that. And there are some churches who see themselves as like the church, like we are the church, and all of these other things are like offshoots, or remixes or extensions of whatever the real thing is supposed to be. But I often think of denominations potentially as an opportunity to continue to walk together in our differences. People think of it like only as a split, but I'm like, sometimes it is actually the best attempt to say, we're not going to be able to hold space in the same way because we see this differently. But that doesn't mean that we're not still under the same umbrella, the same banner of Christ, but we feel compelled to walk in this way, in this direction. And so I think sometimes separation or difference or distinction doesn't have to be ugly. It could just be clarifying. Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay. And is it like an example of that is obviously, say, Baptist church. I believe you're baptized, once a person can actually, confess, right? Confess and
in profession
and profess their faith, in Jesus Christ. Whereas, say, Lutherans, Methodists,
Catholics, Episcopalians,
Presbyterian, Presbyterian, of course,
non-Baptists.
Non-Baptists. Non-denominations. They are. Yeah, they believe in infant baptism.
You can cancel me for this, but non-denoms are really like extensions of the Baptist tradition.
Yeah, so they believe in infant baptism. So that's just an example of some like theological difference. Yeah, still Christian, but it's just a different way.
Absolutely,
of practicing. Absolutely.
And that's it's a big deal. But
it's a big deal.
Bigger deals for bigger traditions. But it is reason, to your point, to say like, okay, we hold this so tightly. It is a part of the distinction of our identity.
So that's what we mean by cancel. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that like with regard to like, well, I guess in that canceling means that they're kind of shunned. Like, what does it actually look like? It's like they're outcasts, they're shunned. They got a scarlet letter I mean, really.
Yeah,
It's got, I mean,
a big old cancel C on you. Yeah, for sure.
right. And don't you don't mess with them and stuff. And it's funny how that works though
Yeah.
on how patriarchy pops out. I remember many
Sure.
years ago with T1, you know, the first regime, and I remember when Chrisette Michelle, you know, did some, you know, was invited, I think, to perform or whatever. I believe she actually did do it. But then now on T2, you have Nelly, Snoop, you know,
Sure.
Snoop Dogg, and all these that were, and they did have backlash, but not to the same degree as
sure.
Chrisette Michelle, you know,
For sure.
being a Black woman that did that, you know, and so,
Yeah,
and just
sure.
not having grace and, you know, and her, you know,
Yeah.
for, at least, you know, for her in the
Sure.
same ways that the people do for their favorite rappers, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so that's just patriarchy
Yeah.
manifesting and misogyny showing up.
Yeah.
You know, and so it doesn't always
Yeah.
balance out the same.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
even Kanye, like he's been canceled, rebrought in, canceled, you know, so it just doesn't
Yeah.
always shake out the same way for men, and maybe particular, you know,
Yeah.
men.
And also depending on what the perceived talent is
Exactly.
and how unique it is. I mean, I not say a particular name associated with an insect, a bee, but
Oh gosh,
I don't want you to come get me. But yeah, but I think that people they don't get the same level of critique if we are deeply entertained by them.
Yes,
Their social and political stances or their lack thereof, social and political
unless they do
stances,
something
right?
really obscene.
Yeah. And it depends on what's happening in that particular season, what people find obscene
Sure.
or offensive, right? So, and then you have people who, you know, if you just take it to our sphere in the faith world, who say and do things that really require public repentance. I would make the case because it was a public offense, and depending on who it is, it's just like, oh, we can keep it moving, you know. And so, I think our hope today is to, despite how serious the topic is as we've entered in, is really to talk about the things that we know people may not like, may not agree with us on. And so, you know, maybe you're going to cancel me, but, and to really kind of lay out some of the things that we want to get off of our chest, largely humorous, but maybe also serious. Like, you know, kind of places where we stand or things that we're like, no, not going to do that. Or I don't know why the people are doing that. And kind of go on record with it. So, Ekemini, you want to kick us off that you might get canceled, but
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get canceled over this, but
you might.
It's been a long time. I haven't seen this, but I am not. At least this mine is churchy. This one is my ministry. It's not my jam. I do not like it. I've never liked it. I don't understand it.
You said mime.
Yeah, mine.
If you're not viewing, she's
it's
currently
very,
miming.
it's very
First of all, you
black
gotta stop
church.
playing with these mimes.
It's black church code. So
God
if you're
bless
not
you,
in the black
mimes
church,
who
you're not
watching.
gonna know what I'm talking about. it's really specific. So I'm like, it's really specific. If you know, it really is a. If you know, you know. If you don't, I can't. I don't know. It's just,
so you might get canceled, but you are not feeling mime ministry.
yeah, I've never understood it. I just don't get it, you know. And I guess for me it was confusing because I was like, you know, back when I got saved when I was in like LA, living in LA at that time, and I remember crumping was a big thing, and maybe it is still a big thing.
Hey.
So sometimes they would wear this kind of, I don't want nobody to come at me, crumpus.
That's
you know,
artistic.
but like this clown makeup, like Tommy the Clown. There was this whole, you know, subculture, you know, there in LA. And so I'm like, okay, so there was that whole thing going on. And then, you know, within the church, I mean, miming predates, you know, crumping, but you know, but there's the white face, you know, that they put on and the makeup, and it's just like, and then they're wearing all the white kind of like choir robe or gown, you know, and the white socks, you know, and the gloves. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole culture.
It's a ministry. I mean, some people are really ministered to it. For me, I am very confused. I'm like, it's always gone over my head. I've always been like, why is this happening? What is going on? I don't know the origins. I'll be honest. I don't know what the origins.
Oh, there's a whole
miming.
like documentary on this.
On miming?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I need to watch that.
Yeah.
So maybe that will help me. And I will say I have not seen
understand.
a mime ministry in many years. So I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, many. I don't know what is this 20.
Yeah.
well over 10 years. So
Yeah.
somebody
out here still,
and it's in particular denomination, or
Yes.
even non-denom, maybe more Pentecostal. I don't do Baptists do Miami.
Sure.
Okay, so they do. Okay, in my Baptist church I don't see it, but
yeah.
Okay, so it is among the Baptists. Okay, and the Pentecostals, non-denom. Okay, got it. Because I was like, where does it just live among the non-denoms?
I think it all depends upon
Yes,
what got a green light from the ministerial
I just never
team.
got it. I love praise and like dancing, emotion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, that ministers. But for me, the miming, I always get thrown off by the makeup. What's happening? I don't know. I don't get it.
You might get canceled, but
it's like a Holy Ghost pop law. I don't know. I never understood it.
You notice that miming typically, at least from my mime education, typically has more men that participate, or boys who participate in mime, and more girls participate in liturgical dance. So it's supposed to be a track for dramatic and creative expression for boys and men, whereas liturgical dance typically is all female. That's one insight I have learned from the teaching content.
Mime too.
Yeah, but it's usually guys.
Yeah,
it really is usually guys, and it's like a way to engage them in the life of the church, sort of. But I listen, you're not somebody.
You see my face of confusion. I'm literally staring and trying to still
listen. For me, I don't think it's the mind. I'm with you on this. I'm not. I understand. I don't think it's so much the art of miming, like the It's not so much that as it is the paint.
That's
and
what
the aesthetic.
Mean.
It's
all
not
of it.
Yeah,
it's the paint. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
everybody's you're walking around like the Casper the Ghost. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just was Holy Ghost Junior.
Listen,
I don't know.
I mean, there was a season apparently where there was a clown ministry. Like there are churches who did clown ministry. And I remember once. This is how you get canceled and you offend people when you just talking. Because I mentioned online once how I don't like clowns. First of all, I don't like people.
A lot of people don't like clowns.
I don't like people who ain't clear about who they really are. So I don't like masks, literally or metaphorically. Be who you really actually are. Don't try to trick nobody.
Yeah.
Okay? So I got to think about that. So I was just mentioning offhand online, just talking. I don't like clowns. I don't really trust clowns. And then there's a guy who was following me online. Very nice man.
He's like, I'm Tommy the Clown.
Worse.
I'm Tommy the Clown.
No. Worse than that, his father, his late beloved father, had a clown ministry.
Oh God!
And he put a picture there. He was like, "This is my father." And no, I was like, "Oh, he really loved his dad. I'm sure he's a lovely man." I was still afraid.
You're like,
I was like, why is he a clown in the church?
Your dad is scaring me from the grave.
So I just said, thank you for sharing. I realized that I had struck a chord there.
It's too much.
I didn't mean to offend the family lineage, but I really was like, yo. So I'm with you. Like the mime and the clown thing. Yeah.
It's
a thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
I don't think I knew about clown ministry, but okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Miming to me is not too far from
that.
Yeah, that's always been
mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me. It's not it for me. But y'all, please feel free to tell us, the origins. Yeah, just speak back to us about what y'all feel about
you about to get a real education.
Please, because I'm like, because I'm sorry, y'all. It's not for me. Okay, what about you? What's your, I might get canceled, but.
I might get canceled, but, I don't like men's choirs. And now here's the thing. I have heard in my life.
You don't see them too much often.
A couple of exceptions to this. A couple. They include I don't know, like the boys choir of Harlem. Like it has to be like exceptional. Or I went to a church many years ago that had like an outstanding worship team. And when I say outstanding, you know how I am. I'm like, levels to excellence in music, Outstanding worship team. And they formed a men's day choir and it was exceptional. But they whipped them into shape. This was, because even my husband was a participant. He's not necessarily, he sings, but he's not a singer. You know what I'm saying? Like myself. And so But they got them together, and they selected songs that were like the perfect fit
True.
for the male vocal range, all these things. But when they have like Men's Day, some churches have this tradition, right? They have like a Men's Day or whatever the holiday or whatever it might be. And they just put a bunch of, the Precious Brothers up there. They just feel like just one note Sam to me.
So it's like no intentionality.
It's just it's kind of flat, like vocally, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. I mean, it needs to be excellent, and you are going to have to find some high tenors. I mean, we're going to have some range, and men can have great range, right? But oftentimes when I've experienced them, it usually is they sound tired. They sound tired. Now I know, save your letters in your text messages and in your emails, okay? I might get canceled, but y'all need to get the men's choirs together.
Yeah, more intentional. They need to be more intentional. Yeah. Do you think it could be because there's not as many men in there? So they're just like, man, well, we got to bring in
men's choirs with 10 and 100 people.
I'm just saying nowadays. I don't know. I'm just is it so then now they're like, okay, let's just get as many men as we can get. We got to work with what we got. So they can't be as intentional?
I don't know.
In particular?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know that whatever you do it with excellence in the house.
Yeah, you do have to do things with
that's
excellence.
every ministry. I mean, as a person who's been to churches that are like storefront churches with a very limited budget, and that before you leave that Sunday, we got to make sure we hit the giving amount in order to keep the lights on. I've been to churches like that, and I have been to also. I was raised in a mega church, so I know the contrast of budget lines and resources. I don't care about resources. I care about, are you bringing your best to the household of faith? So. That's it. That's how I feel about that.
That's fair. Yeah. I don't have a beef with men's choir, but points were made.
They just need to be great. They need to be excellent, guys.
Points were made.
They need to be excellent.
All right.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I think we probably could think of some more. We can press pause and take a little bit more risk when we come back after this break.
Yeah.
We might get canceled, but.
Our NAACP Image Award nominated book, Truth Table, Black Women's Musings on Life, Love, and Liberation, is making waves and shifting culture. I closed this book feeling like I had just partaken in a multi-course meal, filled with grace and the courage to carry on. And I believe you'll finish this book feeling the same way. Morgan Harper Nichols, artist and poet. Buy Truth Table, Black Women's Musings on Life, Love, and Liberation at our website or wherever books are sold.
So we are back at the table, and we are over here talking about, I might get canceled, but. And so,
well, maybe there's stuff you don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But we've been talking about our concerns and questions and curiosity about things like mimes and inexcellent men's choirs so far.
Yeah.
But let's go a little bit deeper. What else do you have on your list where you might get canceled? But
I don't know if it was deeper. I don't know if it's deeper, but
another level.
I think y'all might know this, but I do not. You know what might get me canceled? People do not play about their pets, but I do not do dogs. I do not like dogs. I have never liked dogs. R.I.P. Jack.
Rest in peace, Jack.
The only dog I sort of liked. So we had to understand. And this is Christina's link.
Jack was socialized to know how to respect Black women. It was very
right. There are particular dogs that have been socialized in Black homes that I like to call Black dogs, and so they know
dogs
like
have different cultural undertakings.
Like, Jack knew not to jump on Black women. There was whole types of rules. It's
true, very true.
When the white people came over, he got to jump in.
Oh my gosh, he was so happy when white people came to this house. When white people came over, Jack was like, yes, they will be kind to me.
Yes.
There's a difference for sure.
Absolutely. Patrick remembers Jack.
I know.
I think Jack loved Patrick. Jack knew when Jack saw me, he knew.
Shout out to Patrick. Patrick is our videographer.
Yes. I would be like, hey, Jack.
I know.
But I do not bring your dog around me. And don't say, my dog's so friendly.
I know.
Oh, he will
people do try to give like a letter of reference for their dog. And I'm
your
like,
dog is friendly to you.
And actually, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's a dog. They're an animal. You have you really don't know how they're going to respond to everybody. I mean, you just don't. And then also like when people just don't have good, how can I say, dog or pet owner etiquette, and that like keeping your pet on a leash. So I'm out in the park walking from an exercise when I get back home to my mom's house, and I have had at least twice where people had their dogs roaming free, and that dog chased me, and I was like, and immediately transported back to my childhood trauma surrounding a dog that ran. Anyway,
your dog cannot chase me.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Absolutely out of pocket.
It is the morning. I am just trying to get my steps in. There are
multiple parties that get tased.
This is, you know what I mean? Like, that's not cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Zip and a little.
So I got my reasons. That's all I'm saying. I got my reasons.
Yeah.
But I'm really just not an animal person. Period. So even cats will kind of leave you alone. But I'm not a cat person. You're really not a cat person.
No.
I'm just not an animal. I cannot relax in an environment where there's an animal. For me, it's hard. Unless it's a fish, and a fish tank, God, is different. But but I cannot relax in an environment where there is an animal that's roaming, and I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so I'm like, oh my God, their hair, it's a whole thing. So I'm just
inside the house.
Yeah, that is a no for me. Now I know that that could get me canceled because people treat their pets like children. And so that's really a serious thing for folks, and I'm not judging that. I'm really not. I cannot relate, and I would like to be excluded completely from the entire narrative, the whole thing.
Cut me off.
Just remove me.
Don't invite me.
That's a nightmare scenario. Me in a room with a dog is a nightmare scenario.
Well, you know yourself.
It just doesn't. That for me, it's not my thing. I'm not a dog person. And you listen, and that's also like when I was on the dating apps, and I would see guys with their dogs, and I was like, oh, well, this is not gonna work. Because people are really serious about their dogs, and they are not going to. Yeah. By and large, they're probably not going to choose another person over their dog. Like, you take us, or you don't take me at all. You know, I'm like, okay, well,
we'll be taking you.
Yeah, it's just a whole. It's a misalignment. I don't know.
Yes,
it's a misalignment. Is it not? Is it? I don't. It's extreme, but is it a value misalignment? I'm serious. Like, it's a lifestyle.
Well, if you have a dog phobia, if you have a phobia or an allergy, like phobias and allergies are going to be. Got a phobia. Going to be very.
I do have a real
problematic.
Fear. Yeah,
I will say this is not the topic of this show. I will say that people who have pets, there are strengths to pet owners.
Yeah.
There are strengths to like men pet owners.
Men. Yeah.
There are particular social strengths. Yes, that means they're caretakers. That means you have to be responsible. You got to make enough money to feed it. You know what I'm saying? This is an extracurricular budgetary item is feed your dog. So you got to be fit enough to walk your dog. I mean, like there are things about pets where I get why people have dogs, and I get why they love them. As a person,
I get it. I really do.
Who inherited a dog,
yes,
and who would never get my own dog,
yes,
and still would not to this day,
yes.
I mean, I get like the Fido love. I get it, but you are right though. I don't trust cats.
You do not.
I don't trust cats.
You do not mess with cats.
I mean, you know, I just think cats don't want to be your pet, and so I actually have a deep. So you can cancel me if you want. That's fine. I just think that every cat owner
too.
I just feel like every cat owner I know thinks that their cat loves them more than their cat actually loves them. So I'm just like, I don't even know if I think your cat can love you like that. I think that your cat is like just waiting for you to slip up one day. I just feel like and again, all of these things are rooted in traumas, right?
Yeah.
You know, hell, I had a cat experience. So, but anyway, but I think kittens are super cute.
With a cat experience, it was like at a sleepover.
I was at a sleepover and a cat like pounced on my foot, and I was like, ah. But anyway, even before then, I remember like watching like a movie called Cat Eyes. Was that like a Stephen King movie? I mean,
yes, there was a Stephen King. I don't know if it was called Cat Eyes, but there was a Stephen King. man,
he messes you up for generations.
in the 80s and 90s, he had a very serious hold on the generation.
He did. He had a shook.
Because he had a movie called It. Remember, we were just talking about clowns.
Shook it.
And that definitely solidified some fear of clowns.
Yeah.
That movie was.
Don't trust them. Yeah. So that is definitely the cats are, anyway, I get why people like their pets. I do. Run on with your pets. But yeah, I think people with pets are like, they're like evangelists for their pets. Like, to your point, like they give the resume of like, oh, my dog is so peaceful. And we're like, it doesn't matter. But, or they're like, wouldn't you likewise like to have an animal that roams in your house? And I just, I had two of my best friends when I was in high school. I was just sharing someone had ferrets.
Oh, whoa.
They had ferrets.
I thought it was illegal.
No, not
it was at the time.
If so, they had illegal ferrets.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
They had ferrets. So one was my good friend who was my next door neighbor, and one was really one of my best friends since 6th grade. No. They both had pet ferrets, and ferrets are,
interesting.
It is. They are an interesting pet.
Random, yeah.
I mean, they love their ferrets. I mean, they would like walk around with them, and I was like, hey. I mean, I did not.
I am not.
Again, no animal.
Not an animal person.
I had like pet goldfish. I mean, like that.
Yeah.
And they died. You know what I'm saying?
We did have a pet goldfish.
Yeah. And they did not make it very long. But anyway, all that to say is, I mean, I don't know if you want to say cats are my, I might get canceled, but that is.
I don't know if that's not. Okay, what is yours?
You know what? I am now officially in my. So, I come out of the world of social sciences. I get I get the critiques of respectability politics. Can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
I get all the things about, people's own creative liberty and how they show up in the world and the music and exercising their freedom and creativity and not being bound by patriarchal white supremacist standards. And I know. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're gonna need like a little swig though of like boundaried respectability again. Mm-hmm, I'm a little concerned about that. Part of it is that I think freedom
or self-respect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
so freedom from like the American perspective is not what I'm talking about when I think about like self-agency and freedom. Like the Christians have I believe Christians are called to a very different sense of what it is to be free than just like, I'm free to do whatever I want. Because I think this like, I do whatever I want. And if you don't let me do whatever I want, then you are like, I don't know, a part of the system or you're an agent of the man, like suppressing me. You can counsel me on that. I think that we have got to have you have to have some type of social norm and etiquette. And that is not whiteness. Like if you don't have a standard or perception of what it means to demonstrate like respect or kindness or self-restraint, I'm not putting that on that being a white thing. One, that's ridiculous. Super duper internalized racism. To think that. But as if Black people don't have significant standards of etiquette and social norms within their cultural context, right? But I don't know. That's a long-winded way of saying like, I agree with India Irie. We need to boycott. I was just about to say. Spend that. What's happening right now? We can't have songs
about scamming.
We cannot.
And
the American version of I chop your dollar.
Are we doing
the same thing?
It's
I'm not a fan of it. So that's where I am on that. And you say what you want to say. And it's not again, people can communicate and express their social location. Yeah. But like value, but there has to be a place where like values of like self-control, agency, kindness,
self-respect,
integrity,
self-respect.
These are important things.
Yeah.
So it's not true respectability in the sense of contorting yourself to the norms and permissions of white supremacy. That's respectability textbook. But this standard of like self-respect and self-control, because it matters. I'm on that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm with you on that.
Bring it back.
Absolutely.
Run it back.
And we don't, everybody goes, oh,
we only bring this up when it's a woman and not a man that does it. And
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I don't want them singing choirs.
I don't want either. For me personally, I got a problem with all of it. Personally.
Right, sure.
And there's just not, of course, and there's been a lot of
Yeah.
talk in reels and breakdowns of how the industry has changed so much, and there's no balance, right? Where you used to have conscious rap, conscious music.
Well, that's
you
been
used to have,
intentionally eliminated,
and that's exactly that has
propaganda.
been by design.
Yes.
Yep, one of the many tools they're
Yeah.
using to try to cause all manner of disarray, really, in our community. And self-destruction. That's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, for sure.
And so for me, I just there's no balance. We did have options, I would say, in the 90s, where there was some folks you could listen to that could balance it out, balance it like True Love Crew versus like Public Enemy.
Yes.
Versus,
that you would have both of those entities around the same time. Yeah, for sure.
Versus Souls of Mischief versus, there was a lot of folks that you could try, but, that you can listen to. Common, back again. Now what's the list? Crickets?
Yeah.
There's not.
Well, you're not gonna get amplification. So those artists absolutely exist. It's just that they're not going to get mainstream amplification.
Yeah, I don't know who they are right now.
Well,
it doesn't mean I just don't know who they are. Like I don't even know who they are. Even when Common was underground, because Common was underground for a long time. Like for example, but he was underground,
right?
But I don't even know who is underground. Right now. That's
only they're probably
conscious doing something.
What I'm saying is only like their niche community, because unless you are checking the boxes, of the messaging that media wants to put out.
Some might say maybe Chance, but I was like, Chance. I see Chance doing something differently.
Oh, but he's also mainstream. He's also well known.
But he's mainstream now. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, well, who else? But
you wouldn't know. My point is that you wouldn't know them because you're not going to know them unless you are connected to in that particular city or location that underground music scene, which is unfortunate because it's not like we don't have a limit on how much if someone that could say something that's good and helpful. Like we have an abundance of creativity and wisdom. Like I believe that. I believe we have the things, but we don't have the amplification. Like what it would take for that voice to get on the radio. The radio, as the old people used to say. But I don't think that's just hard to do.
Yeah.
To get play.
Or streams.
To get streams.
And even those streams. Yeah, it just changed so much. So I do agree that we got to, something has to give. You know what I mean?
You can cancel us if you want.
There was, that's the whole thing. Lord help us. It's just, that whole, I was like, and the gaslighting around what India said, I was like, y'all not going to gaslight us, okay? This is not going to raise the conscious level of them, of our people. It's not going to help us. That is not going to help us, like, in any way.
Yeah. I've seen people now at this point try to bring forward like sociological critiques, like to say like, oh, this song really speaks to like alternative economic streams of funds, and that this is we're just at a different place on it. We're at a different place. I'm very comfortable with where I am.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shift on that. I'm just not going to support shoplifting.
Yeah.
What y'all doing? Stop playing.
Yeah.
And again, I do think there shouldn't be billionaires. And I do think that we are in an economic crisis. And I do think that
there should not be billionaires.
And I do think that capitalism requires ideas and practices of domination. Like, all this is wrong and bad. Naughty.
Yeah.
And again, I am not going to be having a song playing that influences Black girls that I raise about, what's a good idea? You should shoplift. And what happens when you get arrested?
There was a mother and daughter team that got arrested for boosting and doing all that. And coming on social media and bragging and showing all of the things that they boosted to the song. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, what people will say is, well, that's on them because nobody is influenced by music this way. It's like the argument around like video games and things. I'm like, no, people absolutely are influenced by media.
Absolutely.
What a bizarre thought to think that what you take in and experience, what you hear, what you eat, what you listen to does not shape you. Why would you think that?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, seriously, I'm with you on that one because that was definitely going to be mine. I was like, I agree with India. Yo, you know,
Hello?
I do. I'm like,
Come on. India, I am not by hair, Ari. Hello? Like, this is, and she has put in consistent receipts of just a sense of music that supports self-awareness and self-love. And yeah, you can cancel them if you want. I think turning on people who tell you the truth, you can cancel me for that. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the response is like, this, you know, this is basic grandmama wisdom here.
But you know, we just see the manifestation of people hating wisdom. Right?
Exactly.
You know, wisdom cries aloud.
Yes.
And
she cries aloud and people ignore.
Exactly.
Her voice is hoarse at this
they
point.
They ignore, gaslight. They get mad at her instead of turning that ire toward the anyway. It's a lot.
Yes. So how about you? What might get you canceled? But
I think there is this big trend, this whole maxing trend. Everything's fiber maxing. So taking your good amount of fiber, beauty maxing, all your skincare.
Well, to explain that maxing thing.
Yeah, it's just like,
to the people who don't know what that
I don't know. I'm not. It's like Gen Z TikTok generation. Let me be clear
okay.
About that.
All right.
Which I'm not. Okay. I'm an elder millennial. So
okay. I'm really.
But it's just
lost.
like where you're just like, you know, this optimization culture.
Oh, okay.
Fiber maxing, we know we have to get our fiber goals in, which is not a bad thing. That's important. Some people say 25 grams of fiber a day. Some say, I guess 32, something like that. I eat a lot of produce and stuff. So flax seeds, I am that kind of person. Yeah. So I get my goals in.
Yes.
I didn't know this was fiber maxing, but okay.
Come on, fiber max.
Or beauty maxing, right? So you'll do a whole bunch of 10-step skincare routine.
Okay.
So
this is all very
it's a whole
expensive.
Thing. Yes. And
so maxing means money, apparently. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But sometimes that includes, say, like Botox or doing all types of like maybe some sort of cosmetic, work to kind of, maximize
tighten
beauty,
it up.
Tighten it up.
Hey.
Also for your body, like people going and getting like peptides, like injections and stuff to make their body look, to maximize, I don't know, maybe they call that body maxing. I don't know. I'm assuming.
Wow.
Anyway, all these things, and I'm just like, y'all, I think we have to be careful about what we're putting into our bodies.
Well, that's for sure.
Beyond your scheduled, and this might get me canceled, your scheduled vaccines, so you should get, for your children and whatnot when they're born, all of those.
Are they still anti-vaccine out here?
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah,
absolutely. Getting your scheduled vaccines, we're seeing the consequences of not happening with measles coming back. Beyond that, I am always going to be leery of putting, of injecting Botox, of injecting peptides, all these types of things that we don't know what the actual event or the long term effects could be. Botox was on the market for some time now, so maybe that's fine. I don't know. For me, I'm not doing it. We're gonna trust God.
Yeah.
We're gonna drink collagen.
Yeah,
we're gonna drink lots of water.
I do believe drinking that collagen.
We're gonna gua sha.
They got me convinced on that.
Yeah, I'm drinking collagen. We're gonna gua sha. We're gonna use my K beauty products.
Listen, hello, shout out to Korea. My word.
Yeah,
they got that on lock.
They come through with the products. I don't play. Shout out to Costco for stocking the K beauty products. Okay, so I'm think I'm a latecomer to K beauty, but hey, it's been clutch. It's been clutch. Yeah. It's been holding me down. So yeah, I think that there is a beauty in aging. It's a gift.
Oh, for sure.
It is such a gift to age.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my dad when he was in his mid-40s. For me, that every year is a blessing. I've always known that from as a young girl, and so I just, to me, I'm like, what do we lose, when we don't embrace the different seasons that we're in, when we don't embrace God's grace given to us through aging? What do we communicate to the younger generation, to our children, when we change our nose?
Yeah.
When we, when we try to change and alter, our hair to such a point that, I'm just
Sure.
listen, we did the wig episode, so I'm not against like changing your hair here and there, but what are we communicating now, to our
Sure.
kids? What are we communicating to other people about ourselves when we don't, when we have an aversion to embracing ourselves as we are?
Yeah.
Even
If
from
we
time
can
to
even
time.
recognize ourselves.
And you can't recognize yourself,
Yeah.
There are people that have gotten so much work done, I think. And I feel like the Black folks were the last holdouts on plastic surgery, cosmetic reconstruction, things like that. I feel like we were the last holdouts, but the last couple of years I've been seeing, I was like, wow, everybody's got that, I mean, there's no offense, but they kind of call it the Michael Jackson nose, it's just like, and it kind of, the nose, they all kind of look the same a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, yeah, I am noticing that change. And I was like, man, what is that? I don't know. It makes me, I guess, a little sad. It's not really judgment. It's just more of a reflection of, I am noticing, that, or the like I just saw. I remember. I think I told you last weekend. I just saw just the craziest like BBL, and that it just looks so disproportionate, to the woman's body, and it just seems so painful. To be honest,
it's porn.
And it was so hot, right? In the heat,
fantasy porn culture.
Yeah,
exactly. That has taken such a toll on what people think, how they're supposed to live and how they're supposed to look and how they're supposed to show up.
And now that style is out now, right? And so it's like, I don't know. And it's probably, and that's probably for that reason why I told you how I was like, I think I want to get my brows microbladed, but I was like, I don't think I want. That may be too permanent because brows be changing. I don't know.
They do change.
I'm gonna just let I don't care, because I was like, man, in the summertime, my sweat. I be sweating and then I sweat off my eyebrows. But I was like, you know what? Too bad.
Hey, I believe in eyebrows.
I do, but I'm just throwing out an example. Just what we were talking about literally last night.
Yes. Eyebrow tattoo.
Yeah, but I don't know. It gets in somewhere. I just feel some sadness of just but you're beautiful the way God created you.
Yeah. Well, but I think that
you don't need to do all of that.
Yeah, I think that's all true. And I also think that we know that
but I understand
there's privilege around what people look like. And whether or not people want to access those privileges, you have to be secure enough to not access the privileges, to like reject the privileges. And also, and to your point, a whole lot of self-love, and that's a journey. That's
the work. That's the work
for people. That is,
if you don't have it, you'll keep going. You will keep injecting. You will keep going under the knife. You will keep. I'm just saying, like, if and they people that get surgery, they talk about it all the time. It's just they're never, they never reach
never satisfied
the goal, right? They're never satisfied. The goalpost keeps moving, keeps changing. Because it's like you're the way you see yourself is a bit warped. It's like, no, you're quite fine. When we look back at pictures of ourselves, we were talking about this yesterday.
Sure. Yeah, you look back at yourself, you were like, wow, I look great.
Yeah, I was maybe a little too thin, and now you're like, well, now I got a little bit too much, and so you can't. We struggle to see ourselves as we are in the present,
in the real time.
Yeah, in real time.
In the real time. Well, and having a proper assessment of the present moment, receiving it for what it is, that's the heart of mindfulness, right?
Yes,
it's the heart of contentment. Contentment is not delusion, like you take stock of what actually is, but you accept it.
Yeah.
That is contentment.
Yes.
And it doesn't restrict you from dreaming or from, pursuing or ambition. But there really is a peace that comes, I think, from that. Being able to name what it is in the moment, name who you are, what it is in the moment, and to just accept it.
Amen.
Acceptance isn't like a moral acceptance. It is just like, this is what is here, know? So, and maybe that's controversial. Maybe the idea of taking stock of what you have and in being able to be present in the present moment, maybe that can get you canceled.
Yeah,
in the world that we live in right now.
Anything now.
Well, I hope that people enjoy listening in, and I hope that they are inspired.
Yeah, let us know
to share. That they might get canceled, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And what would they say?
Yeah, we want to know. Let us know. I might get canceled, but let us know. Definitely let us know on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of the things. Send your comments. We want to know what controversial or whatever
Controversial to somebody.
controversial to somebody.
Yeah.
Viewpoint that you have, or what you think about the ones that we shared. Let us know about that too.
But we don't care. And I'm sure.
Well.
That's slightly, mildly, I care, but
but anyway, y'all let us know. Of course, follow Truth Table on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, listen on your favorite podcast player or watch us here on YouTube. Our executive producers are Christina and myself, and our videographer. Oh, it's Patrick. Who is behind the scenes. And Daryl Bradford is also our video editor, and Joshua Heath is our audio editor. And so thank y'all for taking a seat with us at Truth Table. We'll see you soon on the next episode. Bye, y'all.